Hello, thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. In today's video, I'm going to be using the bells that you saw at the beginning to create a mantle decor for my sister's home. Now, just to give you a little bit of backstory, my sister's godmother gifted her a bell every Christmas when she was a child growing up. So she has like a ton of these bells. She did not know the value of the bells, nor did I. They are actually solid silver, and they are by a silversmith known as Kirk Stife out of Maryland that dates back to 1600 or something. Anyway, my sister doesn't really decorate a lot for Christmas. She's not into decorating. And so this year I said, hey, what did you ever do with those bells you had? She told me she had them. And I said, well, what if I do a little DIY on these bells? Remember, I didn't know they were collector's items. What if I do a little DIY and decorate your space? And she said, sure, so I got the bells from her. I polished them up. I had my spray paint ready. I had an inspiration. I'm going to pop that up to show you what I was going to be doing with these bells. But something clicked and said, look at the markings on these bells. And that's how I found out they were collector's items. So that was a long story. The short story is that I'm going to be decorating with these bells, but I'm not putting anything on them. I don't want to destroy their natural beauty. I'm going to keep them in their natural state. And let's go ahead and get started with this mantle so I can stop rambling.
And when I started polishing these things, I can see why she had not been using this. It was really hard, but I pressed my way through. This is on Thanksgiving Day. This is what I was doing. But anyway, this is her mantle. And it's a very nice mantle, so we got a very nice place to work with. So what I'm doing is just kind of playing around with some garland up here. I'm doubling up the garland. This garland came from Walmart, and so she bought 2 of those. And I'm just going to go ahead and get that fluffed out, and then we can start to add to it. Do not sleep on Walmart for their garlands. They are really, really nice. I got 2 at my home. I got 2 of the flocked ones from Walmart. They were only $11 each, and I doubled them, and you would never, ever know. So a little tip, if you need garland, check out walmart.com. So I'm going to go ahead here and put in some fairy lights, and I'm putting in the lights with the timer. That way she won't have to fool with this each day. They'll come on at dusk and then go off, 8 hours later. So then I had this garland here. Now this garland came from Joann Fabrics, and this was on a clearance, and I got this. I really like that droopiness, so I'm going to add that in here with this garland just so that it has a more of a dramatic look coming down the fireplace. And I really like that look, that droopy look of the pine, but it did need more than this one. So you'll see at the end that I will add another string of this same type of garland here just to kind of thicken that up. But I'm loving the effect of it so far. Now we're going to just go in with some ribbon, and I'm adding like this double ribbon here that is green in color. At this time, the colors were going to just be this green and beige color, which was very neutral. She has a very neutral palette in her home, and so I was trying to stick with that. But at the end of the video, you'll see that was all abandoned, and we added some color in here. So we went a totally different direction, but this green ribbon is a staple piece, and I love it. You might recall from a video that I did at my own home, I talked about the ribbon at Joann was buy one, get 3 free. Yeah, that's where I got this ribbon. They had some really nice ribbon to choose from. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead now and dovetail the end of the ribbon. I just like the way that looks. And then we're going to go on to the next step. Although there were a few purchases made for this, it was very, very, very budget friendly. Like I said, Walmart for the garland, and Joann's was just giving the ribbon away. So far, we're not very, haven't made a big investment at all. Now, as with any of my drive-by stylings, I end up at my sister's house anyway. I end up bringing things from my home that I may not be using to kind of give a more completed look. Like I said, she's not into decorating, so she doesn't have, the extra decor laying around that can be used. So I bought this beauty here. This is a deer that I had at my home that I was not using this year. And so I brought him over here, and it's actually a candle holder. But because we want to display all of these bells and we want them to be seen, I thought we'd just go ahead and put this bell right on the top of this deer. I also had this thrifted sleigh at my home, and I thought I'd bring that over. Now, this is going to go, so that's not going to be there for long, but I thought it was a good idea at the time. And so now I'm just starting to string these bells onto this garland, placing them in different places, various places. They are beautiful bells, so they're going to look good wherever we put them. We found one that she had never even opened before, and it was already tarnished and everything because that's what silver does. So we went ahead and opened that up and got it shined up so that it can be a part of the party. Now, I must say, this is one of the later ones that she got, probably in 2000, which was approximately around the time that she stopped receiving them each year. But the quality on this one was a lot different from some of the older ones. The older ones that she has that date back to the 80s, they're very heavy, and you can really tell that they're solid silver. But as with anything, companies find ways to cut corners or whatever, but they're still very, very nice nonetheless. So we're just strategically placing them throughout this garland, trying to make it so that you can see them. Some of them I'm stringing on the garland. Some of them are honestly too heavy to do that. They would pull the garland right off of the mantle if we did that. But we did want to display as many of them as possible and string as many of them, the lighter ones, that we could. And although my sister did not know the value of these bells, because like I said, she started getting them as a child, finding out about them now, they mean so much more to her. And so she was really excited about the prospect of using them again for the first time in many years. So this is the way that the garland is looking for it now. And this is the way that I left it on this particular day. But I did go back again and worked on it some more because I wasn't satisfied with how it came out. So here I am some days later. I have these thrifted lanterns that we're going to use here. Now, her fireplace has some mechanical issues with it, so she's not able to use it right now. But we did want to bring in a light source there just to kind of give that that Christmas vibe with the lights and the glow of the lights. So we're just using this. All of these pieces here are thrifted and put some of the LED candles in it. So then, as with anything else, I always start to look around to see what else can I do. So I looked at our coffee table and said, hey, let's do a little vignette here on your coffee table just to kind of bring everything together. So once I get on the road with decorating, I have no breaks. Once I get going, it's hard for me to stop. So I remember my sister had this tree in her office. It's not a Christmas tree. It's something she keeps in there year round. But I said, hey, let's use this as a Christmas tree. She looked at me like I was crazy, but I said, just roll with me. Let's see how it'll turn out. So here I am setting it up. I don't know how it's going to turn out myself, but I'm like, hey, why not? Let's try it. She's got some ornaments. She's got the tree. Let's do it. So after we got the tree branches where we wanted them, I'm just going in with some ornaments that she had in a box that had been in there probably about 15 years because she hasn't decorated in quite a while. So I'm digging down in this box. I have no idea what's down in here, and neither does she. So I'm just kind of going down here to see what she has. But as you can see, we're introducing another color, and that's red. And we're going to do that because those are the only ornaments that she has. So where we started off with green, had I stopped at that point with just the mantle, we would have been fine. But no, that wasn't enough for me. I was like, let's do more, let's do more. So what she has are these red ornaments. And so we're going to go with it, and we're going to make it work. Now, one of the things of ribbon that I bought was some really thin ribbon. And I bought that with the thought that I would use them on ornaments someday, but I'm going to go ahead and use it on these ornaments. I think it'll work out perfectly. It happens to be red, and that's what color ornaments we have. So we're going to use those to just attach to the little tree. Now, although it was my idea to do this, I had no idea what it was going to look like, how it was going to turn out. But I think it turned out so cute, and she's very happy about it. She was like, so I have Christmas now. But yeah, it looks really pretty. I think the ornaments are gorgeous. She really has some nice ornaments to have been stashed in that box for so many years and not being used. But now she can enjoy them. So this is the final reveal. This is the little vignette that I put together on her table. We've got the pine cone candle there in the middle and the little sleigh that we put there. We just added a red ornament there just to kind of tie that in. But I really like the way that this turned out, and so does she. And then here is the final look at the mantle. Now, because we introduced the red on the little tree, I wanted to also do the same over here. So ironically, she had some red bells in her stash. So we just pulled those out. She only had 3, but we went ahead and put those in there, and they worked out perfectly. Also, I added some silver and gold candlesticks. I don't know if you could see those back there, but we added those and we put some of the bells on top of them so that you can see them a little bit better. My sister wanted to add these deer here. They are a sort of like a camel color, and they came from Target for $5. But she added those on the table as well, and this is how everything kind of came together. I think it looks really, really nice. And so does she. I can't wait to see the night views, and I'll share that with you at the end of the video. So be sure to stick around to the end so that you can see her evening view. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And also, if you're not currently subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider hitting that subscribe button so that we can stay connected. And I hope to see each and every one of you over here on my next one. Bye-bye.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your happy song? Glory.